Okay, so we're about done here. So I'm going to show you just a little bit about how they are using evil to beckon us, our children, in ways that you don't seem to notice. There's a lot going on in this picture. So if you look, just like the chimera I showed you of Australia, follow this line here. Here's this. He's got this mouth. Here's an eye. You got that top of his head. You follow this neckline. This is the neck. The mouth. The eye. This is one of the 4 smaller headed beasts. Now, I did this quite faint, so I'm sorry. I should have used a bolder ink pen, whatever. But if you follow, here is real faint the bottom jawline, the top of the jaw. This little notch is his nostril. Look at, they put this lizard eye right on the back shoulder of this guy, right here. Here's a back outline. So this arm makes up the neck of the second one. Here is the 4th neckline, comes up around. Now I colored this in, like the tongue, right here. And they got the serpent bottom jaw here, comes right up. You've got the gum lines, teeth showing, the nostril, the slit for the eye. And then here is an eye. Look at this for the pupil. There's the eyebrow line. Here's the front top beak, comes down to the bottom beak. Could be considered as an eye there, but he makes up the eye of another beast. So here is this arm makes up his neck. So here is that beast in this little area, okay? So then here is what would be considered like the lion's head. Now you use that tongue area as the eyeball. Here's the big old upper jaw of the mouth, the bottom part, jaw of the mouth of that beast. And then here is either that serpent or the bull, like I said, points out in them old depictions of the chimera right here, wrapped up in that scene. And then the bigger beast use the smaller one's mouth as a bigger beast's nose, and his eye is for this beast right here, comes up this way, and his tongue is sticking out, and inside of his mouth there was even this little snake serpent head sticking out of the mouth. So, let me just kind of point out to you here. There they all are. There's a little serpent snake sticking out. There's the tongue. Here's this beast here. Here's that eye. You can see the features of this serpent's jawline. There are the teeth, right there with the gums showing. There's the eye. There's that line for this mouth. It's all there if you look close. Upside down, another story. On one side, if you trace it out, you will get the lamb's head, dead lamb's head, with the other side, and being the neck now of this other side, a crowned horn of a beast. And there's his bottom beak, jaw, his top, his nostrils, as well as a giant snake. And it even has, I traced these out, there are scale squares, whatever there. And then these, I highlighted these as well, but there are lines here that show just like you'd see on like a viper snake or whatever. A lot of evil calling out to your kids. Looks just like that. This guy here, same deal. We're going to flip him upside down and take a look. What happens when you color him in? Here is the ear of the dead lamb, the head, the red shotgun shells made the blood, There's where his tongue would be. Color him in. There you go. His eye is right there. I mean, I didn't do nothing but trace what is there. So then they use the grenades to make the bigger scales that you'd see on the fatty, cheekier area of anything that's got scales like that. Same, the nose area, and then he's got these horns of this beast with an eye. And then he's got even teeth here. And he is all scaled up and he's wrapped around the neck of the lamb, killing it. Oh, and by the way, if you look at this thing, that's no kind of army, nothing military symbol. That is a crowned serpent with its tongue out, if you look at that on your own time. So anybody that plays Call of Duty, they know that they have the lobby area headquarters. The way they have their headquarters laid out is just like the Chimera scene. The cup, they had this for St. Patrick's Day theme. On the cup, you could very faintly see, but they had 4 beasts on the one side of the cup, as they show on many Chimera depictions. The handle represented a serpent, and then on the back side of the cup, depending on what angle you were looking at, they designed the cup in a crushed foil type design, so you could only see the bigger heads from different angles, the beast, lamb, whatever, and depending on where the light was shining and how you looked at it, it was a very hidden, in plain sight scene. So then, if you consider this cup to be the Chimera of Australia and consider the grass area to be the water, then you consider what wraps around their headquarters area here to be the Leviathan, or the 7-headed dragon, where his extra arm that or neck stretches out this way. And if you look real faint, you'll see they have him outlined, that beast head. There's the bottom line of the jaw line. Here is the line of the top of the jaw, the beak, and here's the eye. And if you really trace it out, it is crowned and horned. There's the neck. So people, I'm not the only person looking at these things this way. People very high up in the company, there's as much stuff as they put out and all this stuff. Whoever's high up in the company has to know about it because it's in all their pictures, really beckoning your kids to come to evil. I'll admit, I enjoyed playing the game very much. I got to put it down.